What's up everybody, this is not Vin, welcoming you to yet another mocked spotlight, where we take a shit on what you build. For today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Vahtou, built by Tyrigsus and uploaded to the creation section of Bionicle.com's gallery. Now before we get started, allow me to go over my method of reviewing, which involves a point system that is based on 3 fundamental attributes: the overall appearance of the mock, the build of the mock itself, and the concept and ideas behind the mock's creation. Each quality will mount up to 5 points, leading up to a final score which will be determined at the end of the episode. And please remember that this is all based on my opinion, which may or may not vary from yours. So let's get this started! If you thought Tao from 2016 had a lot of gold, look at this guy. He must have just won a lot of golden awards and decided to melt them down into a nice armor, and still had some gold medals left for a sweet broadsword. What kind of contest would that guy win anyways? Arm wrestling? Competitive eating? Would explain the hole in his mask. But seriously, this is what I take from this mock. A lot of gold and gunmetal, giving the appearance of a victorious warrior. But if you try to look into the detail of the armor, you quickly get lost at how cluttered it looks. And the wings add to that. If you look at this mock from any angle other than the front or the back, it just hurts your eyes from what a mess it can produce. At least the color scheme is very consistent with a nice mix of obviously gold, gunmetal gray and translucent green, which really adds a nice accent color. The build itself is fairly cool as well. At first sight, because of the armor shells, you could think it's just CCBS, but upon further and closer inspection, there are some things added to not make the build generic CCBS. But unfortunately I cannot completely decipher that, because the mock is just so cluttered. 2 things I especially like are, once again, the custom hands, and the nice little M.O.C.ked chest armor. This thing really needs more love, guys, and I like how the creator used a generic M.O.C.ked torso and made it all flashy and cool with accessories. Another problem I see is that if you wanted to play with that mock, you'd have limited mobility in the arms due to how broad those wings are, and the wings themselves don't look that mobile either. Now concept-wise, this mock is lacking. It's described by the creator as just a brave warrior with a lot of power and a heart of gold. Now I know it says gentle giant, but I think heart of gold is more fitting because, you know, his entire mock is gold. One thing that should be mentioned is that these wings are part of Vahtou's ultimate form, meaning he also has a wingless form. Unfortunately, that way he doesn't look any less cluttered and unidentifiable. Moving on to the score, in terms of appearance, this mock gets a 2.5 out of 5. It looks good on half the angles you look at it from, but messy from the other half, so only half of a full score. The build gets a 3 out of 5. It's creative, very accessorized, and the wings do look cool, but at the core it's still an M.O.C.ked torso with modified CCBS limbs. The concept receives a simple 2 out of 5. There isn't much concept and backstory except that he's a generic warrior type of guy who has somehow inexplicably gained wings. This sets the final score to a 7.5. The whole thing is simple but looks impressive from the right angles, but has little going for it build and story-wise. But hey, it's impressive by Bionicle.com's creation gallery standards, so I'm proud of you, Tyrigsus. And if you want to get a day in the spotlight, try to contact me, or maybe I should actually go to board.ttvpodcast.com for once and look at the creations. And who knows, maybe someone makes one specifically for my mocked spotlight. So yeah, feel free to go there. Maybe you'll see me there, and I might see you next time.
Hey everybody, this is, I don't want to intrude you on the last few minutes of my video, but as you could have heard, my voice was a bit going to shit there. I slept out of it a couple of times, so I've been a bit sick, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I'm on about here is a suggestion that came up from a couple of Selekians, which is me bringing back On eBay Today. So, if you'd like that, if you just
want Ven to come back and make On eBay Today with bootleg Ven and shitty bootleg Bionicle sets that don't exist,
you can just tell me, because that's what you want, you'll get it. It'll still be community run, so you'll find a way to shoot me some of those sweet eBay offers, and just with Ven, you don't need to send me Bionicle, you don't need to send me a Lego, you can send me a fucking eBay offer for a shitty washing machine if you want. I don't really care, I just hope this informs you, and yeah.
I will see you next time.